Yeah, it's good that you're watching the weekly Monday stream where we discuss the latest gaming news together. Let's see. I already saw some people waiting in the chat. So thanks as always for that. Oh, it's a kind of weird weather. It's like 15 degrees outside, but still it's pretty hot inside. Struggles. But good that you're joining. Of course, what we try to do here is record videos as well that I will then post later on the React channel. Got one topic for you today because it's going to be a kind of a shorter stream today, but should still be a lot of fun. Let's see if we're actually... I'm not seeing any feedback from the chat yet, but should be good. Recording. Yeah, we should be good. Hey, Hydro Drops, good to see you. Thanks for joining. State of Play, Raiden, good to see you. Black Knight, good to see everyone joining here. Yeah, I'm expecting actually the State of Play announcement very soon. Mick Motorhead, good to see you as always. Exactly, I removed my sweater because it was melting. I just did a bike ride and I was like sweating like crazy. It's 15 degrees. Thomas, good to see you. Mavex, thanks for joining. Red Hood Phantom, Thomas Frost, it says AC Shadows. Okay, yo John, hey Shadow Dash, or should I say Shadow Dare? My name is not John, but it sounds fine, I guess. Or State of Play. We're gonna, do you have Ghost of Yote already? Says Mavex, yes. I will have my review up very soon, on Thursday actually. Saber Knight, Darklaw, saw you already in chat. I saw Mr. Kittler already in the chat as well, so I hope they are refreshing and able to check it out. No worries, Shadow Dash. Don't worry about it. So I actually want to immediately go into the topic so that we can get it out. And then I can have some leftover time in the chat. Again, it's going to be a kind of a shorter stream. Of course, working hard on the... working hard on the review from Ghost of Yote. And every half an hour that I'm live, I'm not playing. No, I'm kidding. But, I mean, that's a fact. But that's not the reason why. But good to see you, Brock, as well. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Can you say how much out of 10? Yeah, on Thursday I can say that. I cannot say anything else. But we're gonna talk about Yote because we do have some news from an interview with GameFile. So I wanna go over that. That's gonna be exciting. Let me see if I have everything lined up here. And then we can get into it. Quality says State of Play announcement. I really think that we're gonna get it in the next few hours. That would be my prediction. Or it's going to be on Tuesday, but then the show will be on Thursday, which is interesting. And probably not happening because we have a Tokyo Game Show as well. Oh, we got light. It's kind of weird. That's better. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, we might get a State of Play announcement during the stream, or maybe not. Let's see. So let's see. For this topic, I want to go over the Sucker Punch interview. We're going to talk about budgets of games. And I think it's going to be an interesting discussion, and then we have some other leftover. All the things are removed. That's no, they're not. Maybe that's why if I like do this, let's see. Like, no, there they are all gone. Okay. That's sick, Shadow Dash. I met the voice actor of Ghost of Tsushima. What was it? Was it good? Was it nice? Nice room light. Thanks, Raiden. Yeah, this is better, right? It's a bit better. Okay, let's get into the topic that we of course want to do. So here I'm gonna record the video that will then also be up later on the React channel, but you can already watch it now. And then after that we can discuss it in the chat. So thanks everyone as always for joining. Hey, Abi. Good to see you as well. Okay, let's get into it. We got a Sucker Punch interview. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see how it looks. Am I blocking the... No, that's good. Days are slow. I want Ghost of Yote. I get it, Mr. Dean. But super close. One more weekend. And then everyone can play. It's gonna be good. Ghost of Yote is of course launching on October 2nd, and the developers are doing interviews. Also with GameFile. So in this video I want to go over some very interesting details regarding the development of the game, like the budget. I want to compare it to other Sony first party games, because It's kind of crazy. They're doing something really, really great over there at Sucker Punch. And we also got some other information about Sucker Punch as a studio. So let's go over it. It's from Steven Totillo. I will leave a link to it in the video description. So we're going to scroll all the way down. And basically, what we have, of course, seen this year in general, games like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Small team, only needs to sell 1-2 million, and then it's good. While a game like Dragon Age The Veilguard, they projected 3 million players, or 3 million sold half of it, BioWare layoffs, etc. So sometimes there are not the right expectations for what the game can be, and we are seeing now a lot of other studios with smaller teams, like Expedition 33 is another great example. Of course, they had like 33 developers in-house, of course some other people helping as well, but small team, $50 game, huge profit. And it's interesting that that seems to be the case for Sucker Punch as well. So what they're basically saying is that we actually asked Sony if it was okay to do a smaller team. 3 years plus thing, rather than let's try and cram it into 2 years and get big. So basically, we can hire more people, get it done faster, or we can stay the same size, take longer, but it might improve the quality. And the in-house team for Ghost of Tsushima was around 150 people. Brian Fleming is, by the way, co-founder from Sucker Punch and also a director on the game. He said during GDC, again, a smaller team comparable to other first-party studios. For example, Guerrilla Games is almost twice the size. So that's pretty crazy. For Yote, Fleming told, the development team was pretty similar to Tsushima. It peaked higher, but the game was made in a little less time. When we look at the financials and the cost, the man years, the amount of months that the team times the size of the team worked on it, very, very similar actually. So we learned that Ghost of Tsushima cost around the 60 million. I made this tweet. Maybe you saw it. But yeah, reported at $60 million. That is huge if you compare it to Spider-Man 1, to Spider-Man 2. That game went from 90 million to $300 million in budget. While basically the co-founder from Sucker Punch is now saying, we spend more time on Ghost of Tsushima. So basically the development cost, yeah, it has increased. But since we are the same team spending less time on Yote versus Tsushima, it cost around the same amount. So from Tsushima to Yote is 60 million. Spider-Man it's 90 to 300. Well, we also learned with Spider-Man, this from Kotaku, that the final cost was roughly 30 million over the 270 million budget, according to the presentation. This was from the Insomniac League. It had requiring the game to sell 7.2 million copies at full price to break even. The game sold 6.1 million copies as of November 12th, so that was really quickly after launch. So, even with the game selling 6.1 million units, Spider-Man 2, it was still not enough to break even, because Spider-Man is an interesting case because they also have to basically give Marvel like 25% of all their revenue. So for Sony games that they fully own, the profit is of course better, but that shows you that AAA development is kind of crazy. Spider-Man 2 costing 300 million, so it needs to sell 7.2 million at full price to break even. That's without making a profit. So even though you got Spider-Man way bigger than Ghost of Tsushima, Sony is making way more money on Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima sold 13 million copies at a 60 million budget. Obviously, this is with price decreases. On the other hand, on PC, they launched it too at $60. And they sold like 1 million, I think, on PC, maybe even more. They, of course, had the director's cut. They had the Iggy Island DLC as well. So, Sucker Punch is making Sony a ton of profit, which is kind of wild. I wanted to look quickly at the other things here as well. Horizon 1, around the $60 million. Horizon 2, $212 million. We know that Forbidden West sold 8.4 million units in 1 year. That was actually pretty good. But, so, if Spider-Man 2 needs 7.2 to break even, Forbidden West at 8.4 million, yeah, they made a big profit on it. That's great. And of course, we have to also keep in mind, like, having Spider-Man on your console for Sony, having it in a bundle with the PS5, etc. That's so much value that maybe they don't make a lot of profit on the game, but they will have... It's a system seller. People will buy the console for that game. So that still makes it very, very nice to have, even though the profit on the software is less. But yeah, Forbidden West, 8.4 million units. We have not heard an update since, and that is likely because of this. So what they did, they used Forbidden West as to try something out. So basically, at one point they were like, okay, we have Game Pass, of course, doing the first party releases day one on their service. We are not going to do day one, but let's do a year after launch and see what happens. Well, they saw what happens, and that kind of shows you that the Game Pass model for AAA, especially single player games, the games you can finish, is not that great. The below graph shows the daily game activations for Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. Basically, people buying it, activating the game. They ping the Sony servers. Yo, someone has installed Forbidden West. A new person. In year one, Zero Dawn and Forbidden West were very comparable. So that is interesting, right? A new IP, Horizon Zero Dawn, versus the sequel selling at the same pace. Usually the sequel sells more, which is interesting. So we also get to this, like Shuhei Yoshida, he was surprised that Forbidden West sales weren't better. Like usually, again, I think Ragnarok sold way more than God of War 2018. Like instantly. But for Forbidden West it was similar. 8.4 million, still very good for a franchise that did not exist 10 years ago. But yeah, it's interesting. And then they put Forbidden West on PlayStation Plus, as you see right here. So they had way more game activations, like people downloading the game through PS Plus Extra. But the sales, flat. While Zero Dawn kept selling, nobody bought Forbidden West anymore. So it stayed at that 8 million mark. See? While that's crazy. While Zero Dawn kept selling, they basically killed the sales for Forbidden West by putting it on PlayStation Plus. It's kind of a side note, but it is interesting, I think, nonetheless. But also here, God of War Ragnarok selling over 15 million units. That's something Sony owns. I do think Ragnarok cost them more to make than Ghost of Tsushima. Basically, my point in all this is Ghost of Yotei being $60 million. I do think they're going to spend more on marketing this time. It's like a proven franchise. So maybe the whole thing, when all is said and done, will be $120 million. Or maybe $100 million. They're gonna make a profit on Ghost of Yotei day one. They're gonna make so much money on this game. It will come to PC later. They might do a new version on the PlayStation 6, etc., etc. That's crazy. That's crazy. So good on them for Sucker Punch. Like we saw quite some layoffs in PlayStation Studios for Guerrilla Games even, but also a lot of other studios. So Sucker Punch and Santa Monica were not touched. Like even Insomniac had to let some people go. Sucker Punch, Santa Monica not touched because they make so much profit on their games. So yeah, basically, in order to do something great, you need a really incredible idea and not quite enough time. So basically, you can it's better for them to work in a smaller team with less resources than get as big as they want and figure it out that way. I thought that was very, very interesting. So another interesting thing, of course, moving on more to the game. I remember, and maybe you forgot about it, when Yotei was revealed. We were all like, okay, is this a Miles Morales type situation? Because it's not Jin. We all thought we're going to play Jin in mainland Japan. No, we're playing this new character. Why? And then we figured out, no, this is the true sequel to Tsushima. This is the big thing. And they basically explain now why they did that. And I think it's very interesting. So, sequel strategies and making Yotei's heroes someone new. Fleming recalls some tough lessons from the second Infamous, which he believed was a hard landing for people who had not played the first game. It included many of the powers and moves that players learned in the first game, and therefore asked a lot of new players early on. So basically, people heard, okay, Infamous is awesome. They bought Infamous 2, skipping 1. I met like people who immediately played Forbidden West without playing the first game. I'm like, what are you doing? But those people exist. But yeah, I get it then. If you have a lot of moves, if you played Infamous 1, you're like, immediately, let's go. But if you're a new player, it's kind of hard. I also think another part with sequels nowadays, like there are two reasons why I don't think it's very, very nice. One is there's just too much time between these games now. Zero Dawn, Forbidden West was 5 years. Like, you cannot expect people to still remember Aloy's journey, still remember the controls, etc., etc. So that's why the first part of Forbidden West was this museum tour telling you everything. Like, basically previously in Horizon, boom, 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 remember the far scene as well, blah, 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 blah. It was like, oh my god. Even for me, as someone who lives and breathes Horizon, was like a bit too much. So that was their solution. They had to get people up to speed again. But for a new character, starting a new character, that does not have to happen. Another thing is that starting players with a cleaner slates often felt better, Fleming says. Open world games benefit from their players and their characters both experiencing them as origin stories. The person who's on the sticks and the character sharing that experience of becoming something, we think that is really, really valuable. And then, he notes that, for example, with Infamous Second Son, they also introduced a new character. And for Yotei, they're doing it again. I think that's very interesting that, like, a weird thing, what we have seen in Forbidden West and even in Ragnarok 2, is why did Aloy lose all her gear? They mention it very briefly in the tutorials. Like, you have the shield weaver. I did like that it was kind of broken, but all your other weapons, you're really like, you lost them. Or your moves. Some moves she just did not know anymore or something. And with Ragnarok, it was kind of the same. It's a very weird, like a balancing act where, on one end, it doesn't make sense that this character is way more advanced in the second game, but forgets all the things that she learned. Basically, in the second game, you're way worse than at the end of the first game. Which doesn't really make sense, but they have to figure that out because of new players coming in. So, with a Yotei, they don't have to do it, because it's still the same gameplay, but it makes sense if Atsu does not know all the things that Jin knew at the end of 1. So I think that was a very, very interesting way to look at it. Then there's another interesting part here. Dabbling with multiplayer. After Yotei's launches on October 2nd, Sucker Punch next release is slated to be a multiplayer Legends expansion. As noted earlier, Fleming said that it was a studio choice to dabble with multiplayer for Tsushima Co-op Legends mode and now for Yotei. But he does not expect Sucker Punch to become a multiplayer studio. Like, I would argue from all the live service things that Sony is trying, actually making Legends a real live service game, that is, I think, interesting, because that is gameplay that you cannot find elsewhere. Why is Helldivers 2 so successful? It's an experience you cannot find elsewhere. Another extraction shooter, another mobile. We already have those established franchises for that. I think Legends really showed, whoa, they got something. But I like this answer too. We think that genres these days are like professional sports, and for better or worse, we are an open-world third-person character action game team. We are a member of a high-level professional league at that. And if we were a high-level soccer team, you would never say, hey guys, you guys should also try playing basketball and go over to this other sport. Multiplayer, he said, was cool for Tsushima and will be for Yotei as well, but it's not the pillar of the game. It's a great place for us to develop tools and technology and design sense that, may fuse into the game at some point. So yeah, basically, we're just gonna try a fun multiplayer mode that you can finish at some point, and then we will move on to our next big open world game. And look, that's what we have seen. Like Anthem, BioWare from the single player RPG trying a live service game, Rocksteady from their action games going into a live service shooter, Avengers, the Tomb Raider studio making an Avengers live service brawler game. It does not work. We've seen it time and time again, and I like that they're still giving Sony what Sony is looking for now, and that is increasing engagement on their platform. They want people to spend as much time on PlayStation as possible. Yotei is nice. It's a big game, but a multiplayer game, that is easier time spent. You're with friends, you're doing repeatable missions. The time you can spend in a Legends mode is a little higher than in a Yote open world. But I like that they are not going to Sucker Punch and being like, you are now the Legends live service studio. Even though I still think a different team or someone else taking on that Legends idea and making it into a big game is probably the smarter choice than Ver Games or whatever they're trying to do. But hey, those are all my thoughts. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, of course, in the comments down below. The Yote review will launch on September 25th. Yeah, that's right. So hit the bell notification on the main channel. I'll probably do a video here on the React channel as well, answering some of your questions. So if you have questions, drop them already below. I will do my best to answer them when I can. Of course, when the embargo lifts. Right now, lips are sealed. I can't say anything. But that will be changing soon. So subscribe. I'll speak to you soon, and goodbye. Of course, the stream is not over. Don't worry. Thanks, everyone, for Pepsi Cola. Good to see you. Hey, Melissa. Good to see you. Protect the studio head at all costs. Damn, I'm late. Peps Gaming. Don't worry about it. Thanks, everyone, for joining. 53 Nights. Does the factor in Forbidden West factor PS5 bundles? I think so, actually. Them saying installs or them saying... yeah, I think it is. So, hey, Paradox. Yeah, sorry, it's a bit of a weirder stream because I don't have all the time in the world. But, wanted to record this video. And always looking to improve the stream. So maybe next time, if I have like a shorter time, I should not do a topic. Maybe just focus on chatting with you. But if there's anything you want to quickly discuss before we go. Stream is over. Pack it up. No Samaya. Welcome, welcome. Marvel Rise of Hydra gameplay leaked. I saw it, but I want... It was very old, right? It was 2021. I want them to show it to me. Maybe in a state of play. That should be announced any moment. Did you already finish Yote? I cannot say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Like, if you are asking those questions and want me to say things, I will never get a code again. So no, I'm not gonna do that. Huntress Game, thanks for the info. Well, appreciate you joining. How much do you think Yote is gonna sell? Easily 10 million. Like Ghost of Tsushima sold 13 million. I think it's gonna sell 10 million easily. Or not easily, but it's gonna sell it. It's gonna sell it. Time to start talking about the 10th anniversary remake of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Oh my god, it's gonna... It's gonna happen. There's gonna be an Assassin's Creed Odyssey remake for sure. How much... we already got that. Anyway, the new Digimon game next week. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Snowfall Fights. The review is... I actually have the times for when that drops. Or what do you mean? I actually mentioned it in the Sunday video for if you have not watched it yet. Times are right here. That is when the Yote review goes live. It's top on the pre-order charge. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, like I always with these kinds of things, I would say I think it's bigger news if Yote was not on the top of the pre-order charge. Sony is finally launching a big AAA single-player game again. The last one was Spider-Man 2 years ago. So I would be shocked if Yote was not on the top of the pre-order charts. Which game are you interested in 2025? Well, we've been talking about Yote. I have a lot of catching up to do, if I'm being honest. I got Borderlands, I got Gears of War, I got Metal Gear Solid, all those games that I want to play. But I've been playing all of Shadows for the Claws of Awaji, New Game Plus. Moving into the Yote. After that, I can finally breathe. But I also want to go back to Black Flag. Because I feel, hey, we're getting some info from that. Or we get it, yeah, I want to like refresh. It's been a while. Silent Hill F opinion. I mean, I'm happy that the game is getting very good reviews, right? To be fair, I'm now seeing the current Metacritic. That is wild to me. That is wild to me, Melissa. Silent Hill F, 85. That's crazy to me. Still waiting for the State of Play announcement. Yeah, maybe in 3 minutes. That's your ropes on Naue look kind of weird and not super good. Just unlock them. Oh, nice. Yeah, I will be unlocking them too. We will do a short on it, probably maybe tomorrow. Are you interested in Siberia Remastered? No, not really, but never say never. I mean, there are so many games. I have to make choices. What time is the review? I had those up on the thing. Check out the Metacritic for Trails the Sky. I think I saw that too. I think they were pretty good too, right? Oh, wow. 91! Samaya! And a 9.5. That's crazy to me. Paradox, have you played Death Stranding 2? Yes, I did. I have not finished it. My favorite AC game is Origins. Hey, it's Kata! Good to see you. Why 3 minutes for the State of Play announcement? Look, I think the State of Play is happening this week. And first day is Tokyo Game Show. So unless they want to announce it and do it a day later, so then it will be tomorrow they announce it. Otherwise, it's gonna be announced today. But again, it could be today, it could be tomorrow. But maybe they will do it tomorrow. Like, maybe they will go live tomorrow. I hope Yote gets 90 plus. That would be crazy. Are you enjoying gaming in 2025? No need to... Samaya keeps defeating your... I only give good recommendations. I know. Are you playing or are you just like giving recommendations? Yeah, Wisdom is getting a timeout with the crazy caps questions there. Hey, Doverschmied, good to see you as well. Hey, have you already talked about the new information from the AC Mirage DLC? No, I have not. But, yeah. Well, of course, if there is actual info on it, I will talk about it soon. But I might touch on those leaks too. That's actually a good idea, Tron. I might do like a Assassin Raptor video on it. Poetic, thank you so much for answering me and watching us, Zero Dawn. That's crazy. 2017. Those were the days. Nato Wilson, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Doing well today, actually. Yeah, I'm very busy with the Yote review. Of course, want to make sure that I got as much content from the game done. And, yeah, I'm excited to start working on that. Obviously, we will have other content that we're working on as well regarding the game. But, yeah, it's exciting. When is State of Play announcement, you think? I think it's either in 2 hours or right now. Or it's going to be tomorrow. Did they announce it yet? No. Oh. No, PlayStation is just doing a... Oh, that's PlayStation UK. No, it's gonna happen any moment. I mean, all the State of Plays in September are for the... in front of the Tokyo Game Show. I saw people ask predictions for Tokyo Game Show. I hope we get an Onimusha release date. That would be exciting for me. But yeah, I think that would be like, I'm usually not expecting a lot from Tokyo Game Show. It is cool though, because it is like a hands-on opportunity for a lot of people who live there, obviously. But I feel like oh yeah, but we will probably get Forza Horizon 6 because it's set in Tokyo. So it seems like Xbox is, yeah, it's always weird. Xbox is always trying to be big in Japan and it never really works out for them. But yeah, with the Forza Horizon in Tokyo, maybe they want to try it again. But I'm like, where are these? Like the people in Japan have only a phone where they play games on and a Switch, and occasionally a PlayStation 5. I mean, Forza Horizon is probably gonna launch on PlayStation 5 day one, so the new one. So that's a way, I guess, for them to play it. Maybe they will launch on Switch too. That would actually be a crazy announcement. I can see that happen. I think Silent Hill F may get a late Game of the Year nomination. Melissa, I think in any other year, yes. But this year, no. This year's too stacked. If I have to make predictions for Game of the Year, I'm gonna say Expedition 33, Hollow Knight Silksong, probably Damn, I'm already blanking on all the great games we had. Metacritic, best games, 2025. Split Fiction. So those are already 3. I'm like curious if Death Stranding 2 is gonna make it. I hope Kingdom Come is gonna make it, but that's another one where I'm like, not so sure. Of course, Yote can still be on the list. I mean, Battlefield is not gonna get it. Even though it will be big. Donkey Kong, like again, Nintendo always gets 1 nomination. Yeah, I think Donkey Kong is gonna be nominated too. Yeah, you're right. So then, Expedition 33, Hollow Knight, Donkey Kong, that's 4. Then we have 2 spots for Split Fiction. Expedition 33, Hollow Knight, Donkey Kong, Split Fiction. Those are the 4 I think will totally get a nomination. And then it's like tied between Death Stranding 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, maybe that's the list. Yote. Yeah, it would be crazy, I think, if Yote doesn't get announced. Like, looking at the fact that it's a big PlayStation first-party studio game. But yeah, I think Expedition 33 is gonna win the awards. Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake update. I hope during the State of Play, like, or the Game Awards. That would be great. I mean, Death Stranding 2, I think it's gonna probably be nominated. But that's a game, like with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I think that should also be nominated, but I can see it go either way. Do you think Monster Hunter would get a nomination? No. I think Monster Hunter, like, people had a sour taste after the game launched. And I think that's probably, what is keeping most people, you have to be really, really excellent this year. Blueprints is another game that I could see totally get a nomination. Again, this year has been crazy. Indiana Jones? No. I think Indiana Jones... That always sucks when you're December game. You're just fucked. You're just fucked. Already got a Tokyo Game Show ticket. Then right after that got invited to my friend's son's birthday on the same day. So, no! Oh, that sucks to hear, man. But a friend's son's birthday, is that not like... it's probably not close. But can you not combine it? Or just... say, I will come the next day and I will have all the time in the world for you. I would think, I would think of solutions. That's what I'm trying to say here. Prince of Persia at Game Awards would be too late, I guess. I think so too. I think they're gonna launch it in January, so State of Play would be great. Or maybe Ubisoft is gonna do a, we'll tease what's the future of... I know, by the way, I have to go. So I will see you later. But have a great rest of the week. Of course, when the State of Play is announced, we will do a live